Lessons for CAT 2025 from CAT 2024. So this is a little bit about a history of how CAT has gone. And CAT has been a 3-section exam for a while now. But I think about 2015 and 16, they said, look, we'll make this middle section wackily different. The logical reasoning and data interpretation section. I don't want to just give a bunch of charts and give growth rates. I don't want to say syllogisms and Venn diagram puzzles. I want to create unconventional, atypical, non-categorizable, different kind of puzzles, which need a little bit something more to unlock, where I can get, where I can differentiate from the merely good to kick-ass. And so they found out, or they've staked their bet on this middle section, the DILR section, to say, look, we're looking for something different here, and I'm going to use this as a toolkit to find that something different. And so quant is quant, math, verbal is English language, but I'm going to use this middle section. So in 2015 onwards, we've been on a journey where the exam has tested this atypical, unconventional thing, and the level of difficulty has gently crept up. 17, 18, 19, 20 are regular, 21 onwards is tougher. And so this section has been the ball game for quite a few years. Right? Last year, in 2024, the logical reasoning and data interpretation section was dialed down a little bit. It became a little bit simpler. And I think they're now saying we've maybe cranked it up too much. We can still take value from it, but not keep it impossibly tough. And so I think all of us need to make an adjustment. The typical thought process where there are going to be 4 or 5 puzzles, you solve one, you're through. Now, probably, at least a more ambitious one should say, look, I can solve one, maybe I should look to solve 2, which is a big change. Looking to solve 1 to looking to solve 2 is a giant change. And so that adjustment we need to make. And so the biggest takeaway for me from CAT 2023 to 24 was, they're saying this logical reasoning and data interpretation section had become too tough. We're dialing it down half a notch to make it more palatable, more something that's not intimidatingly tough, but interestingly tough, intriguingly tough. And so that's one thing. The quant in 2023 was also wackily tough. They've dialed that also down. Otherwise, language not being vocabulary heavy but context heavy, that holds good. Quant being with an arithmetic bias and not heavy duty math bias, that holds good. Logical reasoning being the more interesting or intriguing or tricky of the 3 sections, that holds good. But they've made the level of difficulty slightly lower in the DILR section. Right? So the numbers bear it out. If you look at the scores required for different percentiles, the verbal has stayed more or less the same. If you look at 99 percentile, what you needed to score is 39 or 40 marks. Quant, if you look at it, the quant in 2023 was wackily tough. 24 is similar to 22. 23 quant was anomalous. Right? 24 LRDI is noticeably higher scoring for like than these two. And so typically when the exam setters do this, it's either the beginning of a new trend or just an anomaly. And my gut feel, again, there is absolutely no basis for this, is that this type of LRDI is here to stay, where it is a slightly more scoring section than it used to be. But when I say slightly more, 20% more marks, 30% more marks, not double the marks. We have to keep in mind the framework where they're saying the DILR section is not going to be crazy difficult, but interesting. And so our mocks, we have a bunch of mocks that reflect this pattern and a few that reflect this pattern, a few that reflect this. We don't want you guys to be surprised by anything that comes in the paper. But I think the one big takeaway is that last year they said logical reasoning, data interpretation section is going to be a smidgen simpler than it used to be. Quant is simpler than what it was, not at what it used to be. Quant 2023 was the anomaly. 24 quant was reasonable, doable, solvable, attemptable, everything. The logical reasoning section was perceptibly simpler, which is very important. And so that is the one big takeaway from 23 to 24 for our 2025 process. Keep in mind that the logical reasoning DILR section could be a slightly higher scoring section than it has been over the last 9-10 years. Super guys, best wishes.